explain. So now before let us see what are the different components of resistance welding or the spot welding. There are so many different types of resistance welding. What are those? Spot welding. They are one is spot welding, another one is seam welding, SEAM, seam welding. One more is called welding. Like that, different types of electrical resistance weldings are there. Now we will see one by one all those things. So what are the components of spot welding? Parts to be welded, that is metal A, metal B, metal C, whatever the parts to be welded, those are the components of welding. Okay, usually parts are joined by using this method. Like in arc welding, what we use, very thick material. So like that type of material cannot be welded. Thin materials like sheet metals, normally we go for welding by this method. Two opposing electrodes are required. Already you have seen that in the previous slide, two opposing electrodes will be there. Two sides of the metal parts, two electrodes will be there. Means of applying pressure to squeeze parts. I already told you that the welding, in case of arc welding, we are going to supply the heat. Okay, and there is no question of supply of force. Force is not applied, only heat is applied. But in this case, heat is also applied and also force is required. So therefore, application of pressure to squeeze parts is required between electrodes. Then power supply from which a controlled current can be applied to the unit. So that therefore power supply unit is required. Then force application or pressure application device is required. Then opposite two electrodes are required and metal parts are required. These are the basic components of a spot welding process. What is the meaning of spot welding? I think I have explained this in the previous class. Spot welding, nothing but welding at isolated places, at here and there. So some isolated places. It is called spot welding. Only a particular spot it is going to be welded, not continuous welding. At some spots, some locations, welding is going to be carried out. That is called as spot welding. Okay. So now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of drawbacks of resistance welding? Advantages are like this. No filler material is required. In arc welding, we have seen that a separate filler material is required in different cases. In some metal, some type of welding, the welding electrode itself is the filler metal. In some other electrode, some other method, the additional filler material is required. For example, atomic hydrogen welding, we use additional filler material. Tungsten inert gas welding, we use additional filler material. But metal inert gas welding, we do not use any additional filler material. The electrode itself is the filler material. Like that, different materials, they different types of electrodes, they do have different types of electrodes. So therefore, sometimes filler material may be required, sometimes filler material may not be required. But in this case, electrical resistance welding, no filler metal is required. Then high production rate is possible. Rate of production is possible. Lends itself to mechanization and automation. It means that making automation of the welding process is very easy. Unlike electrical arc welding, this is taking place within the metal parts, between the metal parts. It is very easy, and then it can be easily automated. Lower operator skill level than arc welding. So operator to work on this, the skill required to the operator is not required. Very less skilled, the low skilled or less skilled operator can perform the operation, unlike arc welding. Okay. Good repeatability and reliability, that is precision and accuracy is good. Okay. So what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages of this welding. High initial equipment cost. High initial equipment cost. So initial equipment of the cost of the initial equipment, it is very high. Then limited lapping. It means that thickness, you cannot go for very high or bulky thickness material. Thin sheet metal, it is suitable. So like that, some advantages are there, some disadvantages are there, and by using this resistance welding. So now resistance spot welding. Already I have explained about resistance spot welding. I'm trying to relocate this bars tabs. It is not coming. Resistance welding, we were discussing about resistance spot welding now. What is the meaning of resistance spot welding? Resistance spot welding, it is a process in which fusion of surfaces, faying surfaces or joining surfaces of a lap joint is achieved at one location. Spot means at one location by opposing electrodes. By using two electrodes, this joint is made. Used to join sheet metal parts, widely used in mass production of automobiles, metal furniture, appliances, and other sheet metal products. Typical car body has around 10,000 spot welds. You can imagine the quantity of welds. A car body, a normal car body, has got 10,000 plus, approximately you can say 10,000 spot welds. The sheet, what seeing, all those sheets are spot welded. Okay, so annual production of automobiles in the world is measured in 10 millions of units. So that totally spot welding, it is generally suitable for using welding the sheet metal which are of less thickness, which may be automobile or furniture, which may be wherever it is applicable. So spot weldings are used. To weld these thin sheet metals, it is not possible to use arc welding, because arc welding destroys the metal if it is thickness is less. So therefore we have to go for resistance welding only for such type of materials or less thickness materials. See, spot welding cycle, you can see with this diagram what is the meaning of spot welding. With the cycle it is explained. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps you can see. First step, what is done? There are two metal parts lapped. This is called as lapping. Lapping of one above the other. Two metal parts are lapped one above the other, and that joint to be produced, that metal combination is kept on the lower electrode. Lower portion it is kept, so that is also an electrode. On the lower electrode, this joint is placed properly. When this joint is placed properly on the lower electrode, then in the second step you can see with a certain amount, upper electrode is moving down, and then it is hold the workpiece in properly. So the force is applied in the second step. Okay. Then third step you can see it is connected to this, power is switched on. Power is switched on, plus minus, you can see the symbol. So it means that the power is, electric power is switched on, so that welding current start flowing through this electrode like this. And also during that time the force is kept constant. So during that time what happens? It develops resistance at the center, at the junction. It is called as junction. At the junction of two metal, At the junction of two metal, you can see here, this is the junction of two metal. Here what is happening, severe amount of resistance is built up to the flow of current. So due to that resistance, heating takes place. In that heat, the metal in this area, both metal parts will melt. So, but it is not exposed to the surface. See, it is not exposed to surface, and this upper side also it is not exposed to the surface melting portion. It is only inside, within it is taking place. Then next, what is happening? You can see that after this process is over, power is withdrawn. Electric power, there is no supply, but still the force is applied. Then afterwards, that the fifth stage, the electrode is withdrawn, so that force is also withdrawn. So therefore, after withdrawing that, you can see the joint is produced here. This is a permanent joint produced between the two metal parts. So this is how the spot welding is carried out in case of resistance welding. It is a type of resistance welding. So in this cycle diagram, you can see here how exactly the cycle is followed. See, here to here, with reference to this, above this diagram, this graph is plotted. First process up to here, this is the force. This is the force, y-axis, x-axis, this spot welding cycle. You can see here, first cycle, no force is applied, zero force. That means that this one. Then here, as soon it comes to the second, now you can see the gradual application of force here. So this is the gradual application of force. Second, then holding the pressure or holding the force constantly from this 2, 3, 4 stages. 2, 3, 4 stages, holding the force continuously at constantly. Then after this, the declination, you can see, or withdrawal of the force. So that slowly the force is withdrawn. That is why it is like this. In the fifth stage, so that the force is completely withdrawn. So therefore, the force on the material is zero. So this is about the pressure distribution or force distribution on the during the cycle of spot welding. And you can also see the current. The current, you can see here how exactly the current it is operating. See here, you can see the current instantly in the third stage. In the third stage, it is connected to power, so that immediately the current start flowing rapidly, and then that current is maintained for a short period of time, so that it offers the resistance, the built up, and then heat is developed, and then the melting takes place. Once that is over, immediately it is withdrawn. That is, power is switched off. So when the power is switched off, then automatically freezing of the or solidification of the liquid metal takes place. Okay. So this is about the cycle of spot welding. So you have to draw these 5. If you draw, first of all, while explaining this, you need to draw this diagram neatly. Then stepwise explanation you can do. So stepwise explanation, you need not have to remember much, because if you remember this diagram, it is very easy to explain. This is the electrical spot welding, resistance spot welding. Here you can see, can produce airtight joints. Next type we are going to study about the another next type of joint, which is called as the seam welding, resistance seam welding. That is spot welding. This is seam welding. What is the meaning of seam? S-E-A-M. Seam. Anybody? Seamless joint, like that we say. What is seam? Seam nothing but continuous. Continuous. No here and there. It is starting from one end to another end. Complete or constantly it is there. So that is called as seam. Okay. So here resistance seam welding. In the case of spot welding, we have seen that the welding is carried out at known spots or only some spots. some spots only it is welded, not all parts, all places. But in case of seam welding, welding is a continuous process. One end to the other end, the welding is carried out continuously, completely. That is called as the resistance seam welding. So now let us see this. This type of welding is used for what purpose? It can produce airtight joints. Spot welding will not produce airtight joints because the welding is not carried out at all places. Only here and there at isolated places, welding is carried out in spot welding. Therefore, it is not the leak proof. It is not the airtight joint. But to make airtight joint of sheet metal, what we are going to do? We are going to do the welding by using seam welding technique. What is that seam welding? We will see here. It uses a rotating wheel electrodes which are made up of rotating wheel, okay, to produce series of overlapping spot welds. That I will explain with the diagram. Okay, it can produce airtight joints. Applications, where do we use? Gasoline tanks, automobile mufflers, various sheet metal containers, totally wherever sheet metal operations for leak proof without leaking, that joint is required in all such cases like gasoline tanks, etc., automobile mufflers, etc. They are used. So one example how it can be done. Next slide we will see how the joint is produced. See here, resistance seam welding. The diagram you can observe. There are two electrodes. They are rotatable, movable. See these two electrodes, they can rotate, upper electrode and lower electrode, and these are the metal parts to be joined, sheet metal parts to be joined. See, both the parts are bent like this, and a continuous joint should be produced from this end to this end, front end to back end or rear end. So continuous joint is to be produced for leak proof. So for that, what we are doing, we are taking the two electrodes, one is kept above this and the other one is kept below. They can rotate. So therefore, when the power is switched on, when the power is connected and switched on to these electrodes, then heat is developed at the junction as discussed before, discussed in this spot welding. Same principle in spot welding. What happens here also? Same thing happens. So when these wheels are slowly moving, then along this center line, what happens? The resistance will be built up. So because of that resistance, high energy, high heat is developed during the rotation of this. Because of this disc carry current. So because of that, high resistance is developed. Due to that resistance, the heat is developed and the metal at the junction melts, and melting and solidification takes place along this line. Since it is produced, the basic concept is same as the resistance welding, spot welding, but in the spot welding is carried out at some locations, but here it is continuously taking place from one end to the other end. That is the resistance seam welding. This is called as seam welding. Okay. Next is one more type of welding which is called as projection welding. See, the equipment will be like this. Resistance welding equipment will be like this. Here you can see this is the main body of the welding machine. All the mechanisms are housed inside this. Different important mechanisms will be there inside this. Next, here you can see a foot switch. It means that foot operated. This is foot operated. So the or the welder will be sitting in this location here, wherever this blank space you can see here, the welder will be sitting. His foot will be resting on this switch. Then you can see the linkage to this machine. So here, if you come to the top portion of this, there are two electrodes, lower electrode and upper electrode. Lower electrode is normally fixed type of electrode. It will not move down. It will not move down, lower electrode. Okay. And upper electrode, it can move up and down. This electrode, upper electrode, is free to move up and down. For that mechanism, you can see how the movement takes place, how the force application takes place, that you can see with this diagram. See, there is a levering type of mechanism, and when this foot pedal is pressed, you can see this foot pedal or foot switch. As soon the foot switch is pressed, operated by the operator, then this connecting mechanism or lever mechanism, you can see this applies the force, or this moves this lever mechanism, makes this upper electrode to come down, so that it is forcing the upper electrode to come down, and then with the application of force. So then whenever he releases this foot switch, again it will be pulled back. It will be pulled back. So like that, this is the basic system of the resistance welding, whether it is the projection welding or it is the which one, spot welding, it is same. Okay, this machine. So resistance projection welding. What is the meaning of projection? Any doubt in these two?
No, sir.
Any doubt in these two?
No, sir.
So now let's go to the projection welding. So projection welding steps we will see now. This is the projection welding. A resistance welding process in which coalescence means joint. Coalescence, C-O-A-L-E-A-C, coalescence, it means the joint. Okay, or bonding. So in which bonding occurs at one or more small contact points on the parts. Okay. Contact points determined by the design of parts to be joined. So I will explain all these things with the help of diagram. See, it may consist of projections, embossments, or localized intersections of parts. What is that meaning? You will see with the diagram here. See, resistance welding, spot welding, we have seen that lapping of one part over the other, but both the parts are just flat. Both the parts are just flat. Even in seam welding, both parts A and B are flat. But in case of projection welding, you can see the projections in the metal parts to be welded. Actually, we have to join these two metal parts. You can see the blue shaded. So light blue shaded, you can see. We need to join these two metal parts. Out of this, what we have done here, this upper member or one of the member is made projected. So it is given a projection or projections is given like this. See, the shape is given like this. So when the force is applied, like spot welding, what we are doing, we are applying the force and electric current. When the force and electric current are applied together, then melting takes place at this location because of resistance, and melting takes place at wherever the projections are there, that area welding takes place. Remaining area, it will not affect it. So therefore, this type of welding is called as projection welding. When current is applied, weld nuggets similar to spot welding are formed at the projections. Wherever the projections are there, only that area will be welded. So this is about the projection welding. See, already we have discussed all these things. This is the notes, that was the presentation. Both are available in the your Microsoft Teams files section. If you go, all the materials are available. This spot welding cycle already studied. Seam welding, it's over. See seam welding, how it is carried out with the help of this diagram. Okay, this is the seam welding, continuous welding operation. Projection welding, it is similar to spot welding. Copper plates are held in arms. Held in the arms, it means that arms nothing but that is the two electrodes. The workpieces are held in position. So in the arms, the one piece has projections and the other is flat. Current is passed and pressure is applied. The projection flatten and the two pieces get welded. Large number of welds can be done at various points by having projections. Any metal or alloy can be welded like this. So this type of welding, this is called as projection welding. Any doubt up to here you can ask. This is about the resistance welding. Resistance welding basic concept is it works on the principle of electrical resistance, heating by means of electrical resistance. That is a basic concept. Okay. Now normally it is used for thin metal sections to complete the welding. There are mainly three types of resistance welding: spot welding, projection welding, and seam welding. Spot welding means at only few locations, wherever it is required, that point we are going to perform the welding operation. Whereas projection welding means it is also very similar to the spot welding, but two parts, out of two parts, one part will be having projection, other part will be flat. So number of welding first we have to design which parts, how many welding joints are required. Accordingly, we have to make the projection in one of the part, and later it become flat. See how it has become flat like this. So because due to application of force, this metal become flat. So this is the projection welding. The other one is the seam welding, where the welding process is continuous, not intermittent. So continuously welding will be there. Welding is taking place. That is called as seam welding. That is also taking place at the joint or at the junction, not on the surface of the metal. Surface of the metal, we will not see anything. Okay, only inside of the metal parts it is welded. So this concept is called as the electrical resistance welding. Any questions are there related to this, you can ask now. Any questions? Any clarifications? Sachin?
No, sir.
How many of you students not able to submit the assignment? I know this one. Test paper directly in the Microsoft. So directly, only some students they might have sent to the mail. What was the problem for uploading? So next topic is the friction welding. Next topic is friction welding. (9:43). Okay. What is friction welding? Friction welding means the welding of two parts end to end. It is also called as butt joint. Last class I explained about the butt joint. but nothing but joining of one end of the metal part to the other end of the metal. That is called as the butt joint. Today we have discussed about the joints, that is resistance part welding, projection welding, seam welding. These are all lap joints. Lap nothing but one above the other. It is called as lap. But nothing but one beside the other, adjacent to the other. So then it is called as the butt joint. So here you can see the butt joint, B-U-T-T, butt. See how the joint or how the welding is carried out here. It is the main source of why it is called friction welding means the energy or heat developed for welding purpose, whatever the heat required for welding purpose, that heat is obtained by means of friction, between two metal parts. See, two metal parts to be welded are kept like this, and we start apply pressure and rotation. So one part will be stationary, the other part will be start rotating, and axial force is also applied to it. Rotational force will be there during rotation, and then we are applying the axial force to it. So therefore a friction develops at the junction. See, two metal parts, you can see this is the rotating part, this is the non-rotating part. Okay, they both are held in chucks, like lathe machine you have studied in the previous semester. So there in the lathe, parts will be held on the chuck, 3-jaw chuck, 4-jaw chuck you have studied. So there we are going to place the metal part. Then on the other side we are giving the one more piece is loaded or located. Then one part start rotating and axial force is maintained. So because of that force, pressure maintained axially due to rotation, the friction is developed at the junction or at the interface. Okay, due to this friction, enormous amount of heat is generated, so that it becomes red hot. End of the metal parts become red hot like this. Then, so when it becomes soft and red hot at the junction, then what happens? So the fusion of the both metals takes place. Fusion nothing but the solidification. So solidification takes place together. This metal part A and metal part B both will be joined. So this is the friction welding. Okay, for joining very thick metals end to end, this type it is carried out. Because normally arc welding, if you are trying to weld with the thick metal parts, then it may not reach the center part. Center part arc welding may not reach if it is very thick. Then by this method, it is giving the uniform type of welding. So this type of welding is called as the friction welding. Why it is called friction welding means because the welding heat required to weld, it is obtained by means of friction. That is why it is called as friction welding. So explanation about that is available in the notes. It is here, so you can study that whatever I have explained already. You can draw that diagram or this diagram which is given in the notes, whichever you want you can write, no issue. Okay, so after that we are going to study different other types of welding, explosive welding, etc. We will see those things later stage. Okay, so anything you want to discuss, you can discuss now. Any other issues?